Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and today in our Fizzbands Treasury of Dragons coverage, we're taking a look at dragon magic, aka spells. Okay, so we are trying to burn through as many of these Fizzbands videos as possible. So I'm keeping all of them in one big playlist. Check out the description. I've got a link in there. You can stay tuned to that and you'll get all the videos. And also, of course, please like and subscribe to the channel itself. Click the notification bell so whenever a new video goes up, you get notified. And also join us over on Discord, discord.gg/FryMinis. We'd love to talk to you. Okay, so let's take a look at the new spells here. A lot of these are very exciting and they're named after dragons. So it's like very cool, very thematic. I loved the name spells. I really like the idea of people creating spells in the universe and then kind of identifying it as their like iconic option. I think that's neat. So let's just jump in. This section contains new spells that the DM may add to a campaign, making them available to player characters and monster spellcasters alike. The spell table lists new spells, ordering them by level. This table also notes the school of magic of a spell, whether it requires concentration, whether it bears the ritual attack, and which classes have access to it. Okay, before we look at this table, just disclaimer, I'm not great with dragon names, so please bear with me. So the spells table shows us we have Nathair's Mischief, Rhyme's Binding Ice, Ashardalon's Stride, Raoulathim's Psychic Lance. Is it Raoulathim? I don't know. Let's call him Raoul. We're just going to call him Raoul. Summon Draconic Spirit, Fizzbands Platinum Shield, and Draconic Transformation. Okay, so looking at these in alphabetical order as they're published in the book, just so in case you're following along, we're going to start off here. Ashardalon's Stride, 3rd level transmutation, bonus action, self, verbal, somatic, concentration up to 1 minute, available to Artificer, Ranger, Sorcerer, and Wizard. The billowing flames of a dragon blast from your feet, granting you explosive speed. For the duration, your speed increases by 20 feet, and moving doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. When you move within 5 feet of a creature or an object that isn't being worn or carried, it takes 1d6 fire damage from your trail of heat. A creature or object can take this damage only once during a turn. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, increase your speed by 5 for each spell slot above 3rd. The spell deals an additional 1d6 damage for each slot above 3rd. I think this is super neat right off the bat. I think we're starting off great. Just the idea of running around. I know there are a bunch of video games that have similar kind of mechanics of leaving like a flame trail behind you. I'd like to see it here. This is cool. And also that speed bump, that's no joke. I think I really like this on the Ranger. Bonus action this, and then run over and stab. I like it. Draconic Transformation, 7th level transmutation, casting time 1, bonus action, range self, verbal, somatic, and material components. A statuette of a dragon worth at least 500 gold pieces with a concentration duration of up to 1 minute. This is available to Druid, Sorcerer, and Wizard. With a roar, you draw on the magic of dragons to transform yourself, taking on draconic features. You gain the following benefits until the spell ends. Blind sight. You have blind sight with a range of 30 feet. Within that range, you can effectively see anything that isn't behind total cover, even if you're blinded or in darkness. Moreover, you can see an invisible creature unless the creature successfully hides from you. Breath Weapon. When you cast this spell, and as a bonus action on subsequent turns for the duration, you can exhale shimmering energy in a 60-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a dex save, taking 6d8 force damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And Wings. Incorporeal wings sprout from your back, giving you a fly speed of 60 feet. That is what a 7th level spell should be. Flight, and a bonus action every single turn to breathe out force damage. That's wild. Blind sight's great. That's cool. But that breath weapon, geez Louise, every turn as a bonus action. Yeah, I think that is worthy of a 7th level spell slot. Fizzbands Platinum Shield 6th level Abjuration. Casting time 1 bonus action, range 60 feet, components, verbal somatic material, a platinum plated dragon scale worth at least 500 gold pieces, and a concentration duration of up to 1 minute. This is available to sorcerer and wizard. You create a field of silvery light that surrounds a creature of your choice within range. You can choose yourself. The field sheds dim light out to 5 feet. While surrounded by the field, a creature gains the following benefits. Cover. The creature has half cover. Damage resistance. The creature has resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, and poison damage. Evasion. If the creature is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dexterity saving throw or to take only half damage, the creature instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw and only half damage if it fails. As a bonus action on subsequent turns, you can move the field to another creature within 60 feet of the field. Okay, tell me that is not worth 6 sorcery points to twin. Holy cow, this is great spell. And that half cover alone is +2 AC and +2 dex saves. Like, that's awesome. And then you can move it to a different person, and you have resistances to all of those damage types, not just one. And then on top of that, you get evasion. I mean, I don't know. Aside from killing the enemy, I think this is like the best defensive spell ever. Nathair's Mischief, 2nd level illusion. Casting time 1 action, range 60 feet, components, somatic and material, a piece of crust from an apple pie. Duration, concentration, up to 1 minute. This is available to Bard, Sorcerer, and Wizard. You fill a 20-foot cube you can see within range with Fey and Draconic magic. Roll on the Mischievous Surge table to determine the magical effect produced, and roll again at the start of each of your turns until the spell ends. You can move the cube up to 10 feet before you roll. It's a D4 table. 1. The smell of apple pie fills the air, and each creature in the cube must make a wisdom save or become charmed by you until the start of your next turn. Bouquet of flowers appear all around, and each creature in the cube must succeed on a dex save or be blinded until the start of your next turn as the flowers spray water in their faces. Each creature in the cube must succeed on a wisdom save or begin giggling until the start of your next turn. A giggling creature is incapacitated and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. Drops of molasses hover in the cube, making it difficult terrain until the start of your next turn. Before we even look at any mechanicals of this spell, it's so fun. This is just like a fun, cool spell. I mean, like, Fireball is always going to be cool, right? You're just blowing stuff up. But this, like, I don't know. I'm thinking of a crabby granny turtle chef caster using this and just like messing with everybody. I think it's so fun. It's just super fun. This is one of my favorite spells here in the section, just on flavor alone. That said, I really like the mechanics here too. Lots of fun CC abilities, crowd control options here. They're a little different, and so they have the saves, and you can do it over and over, and you can move it a little bit. And it's a 2nd level spell. The 2nd level spells sometimes like, okay, let's just pick up invisibility, just pick up web or whatever, and that's kind of it, right? This is a very good addition to 2nd level. Raouls Psychic Lance, 4th level enchantment spell. Casting time 1 action, range 120 feet, verbal component, and instantaneous duration. This is available to Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. You unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power from your forehead at a creature you can see within range. Alternatively, you can utter a creature's name. If the named target is within range, it becomes the spell's target even if you can't see it. If the named target isn't within range, the lance dissipates without effect. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 7d6 psychic damage and is incapacitated until the start of your next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't incapacitated. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 5th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each spell slot above 4th. Well, first of all, please never cast this with a 5th level spell slot or higher to get an extra 1d6. I don't know about the scaling on that one. That one's a little rough. I like that it's verbal. There aren't too many just verbal spells, so that's cool. I do like the whole name mechanic there. If you know their name, if you can say their name and they're within range, boom. You don't need to see them, it just happens. I definitely feel like there's some lore here with this Raoul character that might shed some light on this spell. If you know it, let me know in the comments. Rhyme's Binding Ice, 2nd level evocation, casting time, 1 action, range self, 30-foot cone. Components, somatic and material, a vial of meltwater, duration instantaneous. This is available to sorcerer and wizard. A burst of cold energy emanates from you in a 30-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d8 cold damage and is hindered by ice formations for 1 minute, or until it or another creature within reach of it uses an action to break away the ice. A creature hindered by ice has its speed reduced to 0. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage and isn't hindered by ice. At higher levels, when you cast the spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, increase the cold damage by 1d8 for each spell slot above 2nd. This is a spell that I have felt has been missing from D&D. That just classic ice blast. Yeah, it hurts, but it can also freeze people. Cone of Cold, of course, is a huge cone and does a lot of damage. And if it kills you, it freezes you. So this fits a good niche here we need. Summon Draconic Spirit, 5th level conjuration, casting time, 1 action, range 60 feet, components, verbal, somatic, and material. An object with the image of a dragon engraved on it worth at least 500 gold. Duration, concentration, up to 1 hour. This is available to druid, sorcerer, and wizard. You call forth a Draconic Spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. This corporeal form uses the Draconic Spirit stat block. When you cast the spell, choose a family of dragon, chromatic, gem, or metallic. The creature resembles a dragon of the chosen family, which determines certain traits in its stat block. The creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. The creature is an ally to you and your companions. In combat, the creature shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required by you. If you don't issue any, it takes the dodge action and uses its move to avoid danger. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 6th level or higher, use the higher level wherever the spell's level appears in the stat block. And we've got the stat block here too. Okay, so large dragon. So that means you can hop on it right away, most likely. Armor is 14 plus the level of the spell. So starting out is 19. That's great. Its hit points only start out at 50, but the AC of 19 is nice, I guess. We've got a fly speed of 60, so we're very mobile. So you get resistances to all of the family resistance types. That's great. A lot of immunities, blind sight, tons of languages, and you get one of the resistances of the dragon. We got multi-attack. We've got a breath weapon. That's a pretty good stat block. I'm impressed. Yeah, so that dragon, you're getting a lot of utility out of it. You're getting all those resistances, and you personally get one of the resistances. You can hop on that dragon, fly around, send it off to do your scouting, whatever you need at 5th level. And remember, it doesn't use up that 500 gold. You just have to have that component available. Summon Draconic Spirit's pretty good. Okay, so I think those spells are pretty solid. I do wish we had a 1st level spell. I do wish we had a cantrip. A new cantrip would be great. I'd like to have seen a healing spell. I know in this book there's a lot of talk of draconic healing. I mean, one of the feats gives you cure wounds, so it would be nice to see maybe if there was like a healing aura or something, some option to not just have these damages and resistances and things. Not the end of the world though. This is a great selection. And these are all good spells. I don't think there's a single turd in the pile. Okay, so again, stay tuned to the playlist. We're gonna throw everything in there. Please, please, please like and subscribe. I'd love to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. That would be amazing. A very good Halloween treat. And let me know in the comments how to pronounce Raoulathim. The Psychic Lance person, dragon thing. All right, whatever. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.